Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelsey. Today I am reviewing for you the House of Sillage Signature Discovery Set. So this comes with 10 different samples from their signature collection, and I'm going to be going over all of these for you and telling you which ones that stood out to me that were my favorite from the lineup. I've been curious about House of Sillage for quite a while now. They are just such an opulent, luxurious brand, and I love how they infuse jewelry. They put Swarovski crystals on the top of their bottles and they look like little cupcakes. They're just absolutely adorable. And I first tried them at Boca Raton Mall. They had them in Neiman Marcus and they took them out since then. I haven't seen them in any stores, so I was really excited to receive this sample set to test out. And this is the women's signature collection. They do have some men's fragrances as well, but I'm going to be just discussing these today. And it just started storming randomly. That happens here in Florida often in the summertime, so if you hear any wind or thunder, I'm sorry about that. So we are going to start off firstly with Emerald Rain. I remember not liking this one too much because it is very deep and resinous. It has a lot of incense going on and it just feels a little bit too mature for my taste. It does remind me literally of burning incense, and I know incense very well because my boyfriend burns it every night before bed. This is just not something I would want to smell like. I can appreciate it. It is quite a smooth one. It's not smoky. It's just very like woody and resinous, quite balmy also. So the notes for Emerald Rain, we have coriander, nutmeg, cardamom, violet, sandalwood, and vanilla. So I definitely pick up on the cardamom, the nutmeg. I think that is what was giving it that incense vibe. It's just very spicy, and yeah, this is just, it's too spicy, too dark for me. I could see this doing well during the winter season. Next up, I'm going to be talking about Benevolence. So this is one of the very popular ones. I'm going to spray this one on my skin. And I do remember enjoying this. This is one of the ones that I really liked because it has orange blossom, vanilla. It's very sweet and sugary. It's quite creamy too. But yeah, this is just a beautiful, like predominantly orange blossom, but then you get this caramel, like sugared vibe. Definitely a lot of vanilla in the base, but it's a very deep vanilla bean. It's not going to be super like fluffy, sugary, sweet vanilla. It's more warm. And I think that's why I really enjoy it, because I don't love like whipped cream style vanilla. It's quite a bit warmer and deep. It's very pretty. So along with orange blossom, Benevolence has vanilla, almond, lavender, and I do pick up a little bit on that lavender. It kind of gives it a slight herbal effect, but mainly you get the almond, the vanilla, and the orange blossom. And I don't want to compare this to any other fragrances, but if you do like those orange blossom sugary sweet scents like Oriana from Parfum de Marly, or even Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian, they are in a similar scent category for sure, but I would say this is deeper and it has more of that warm vanilla base. Next up we have Tiara. I love the name. This just gives princess energy all the way, and the scent does as well. I do remember liking this one. It wasn't necessarily like one of my top favorites, but it is really pretty. It does give the princess energy. It just feels like sparkling. I picture a light purple color, maybe like a purpley pink, kind of like what I'm wearing today actually. It just has that like bright champagne, kind of tropical floral vibe to it almost as well. It gets a little bit sunscreen floral, but ever so slightly. So we have rose, peony, cedar, vanilla, musk, and amber. So a lot of these fragrances do have vanilla in the base to sweeten them up, but I definitely pick up on the rose and peony. I am picking up a little bit on the cedar, so it's giving it a little bit more of a deeper tone. It's not strictly floral, and I could see this being a beautiful signature scent for summertime. It just feels warm, spring, summer in a bottle. It's very girly and feminine. It's quite beautiful. Would I wear it myself? Possibly. It's not really the style that I go for, but I could really see somebody love this if they like those like princessy, flirty, pretty floral scents that kind of have a little bit of that like tropical sunscreen vibe to them. Now we have Holiday, which you would think could smell a little bit similar to Tiara, and this is way more like fruity, bubbly. It kind of reminds me of a mimosa, where it's like citrusy, kind of fruity, very bubbly, like champagne. So I can see the name fitting here. It does feel like a holiday, like a vacation, a getaway where you're celebrating. It is very bright and fun and airy. Holiday has notes of orange, blackcurrant, peach, rose, jasmine, and vetiver. So this is definitely a less sweet fragrance. You don't have so much vanilla in here. So you're mainly getting the blackcurrant and the peach. I definitely pick up on that peachy vibe. Originally when I said mimosa, I'm actually now thinking like a peach Bellini, peach juice with champagne. So it's definitely got a fruity vibe to it, but it's very fresh. It's not like a juicy or syrupy sweetness. I wouldn't wear this myself because I don't love fruity, like bubbly fragrances like that, but if you do like something in the realm of Pink Me Up from Atelier des Ors, then I think you would really like this one. It just has that bubbly, fun feeling to it with a little bit of sweetness. Now we are getting into one of my favorites, and this is also a very popular one that I've heard a lot of people talk about in the past. This is Passion de l'Amour. So this is a much deeper, warm fragrance. This is going to be date night worthy 100%. It's sexy, sultry. It's very dark too. It's not overly sweet, but there is some warm sweetness going on. The main note here is going to be saffron, and then you also have raspberry, and there is some caramel and oud. So don't get afraid of this being an oud fragrance. It kind of just rounds out the base and like really deepens it up and makes it more woody. And you definitely pick up on that, but there's just something so smooth and blended about this that it just feels like cashmere or like silk. This is divine, and I'm sure that this would last. It projects. As soon as you spray it, you just smell this scent bubble around you, and I would really love to wear this on date night. If you want to impress somebody, if you want to get compliments, people are gonna chase after you wearing Passion de l'Amour. The caramel is just adding this richness to it, and I'm living for that because I love saffron fragrances, but sometimes they can be a little bit overpowering, and that's the main note that comes off on the skin. And you do pick up on the saffron, but with the caramel, it just sweetens it up. The raspberry, almost like a raspberry jam. It's not gonna be like a fresh, crisp raspberry. It's very thick and juicy. Oh my god, I've never smelled anything like this, and I'm in love with it. And I don't do oud fragrances usually. It kind of scares me away, but do not be afraid of the oud note in here because it is so smooth. This is definitely on my wish list because wow, it's very sexy. Oat Bou, which reminds me of everything about the brand. High jewelry, fine jewelry. Another one that I've heard quite a few people talk about. I don't remember loving it, but that's just my personal taste. Although now that I'm smelling it again, maybe I've changed my mind. This is also another like very sparkling, effervescent scent, and I'm getting a hint of mango, so let's take a look at the notes. In Oat Bou we have grapefruit, mango, iris, heliotrope, and amber. You really get a blast of grapefruit in the opening. It gives it like a zingy feel, but the mango adds this like juicy fruitiness, and it's just slightly ripened, a little bit green still. Wow, it's a very fresh mango, I would say, in conjunction with the grapefruit note that keeps it fresher. And the iris and heliotrope, I'm definitely picking up on the heliotrope, giving it a bit of a floral touch, but I wouldn't categorize this as a floral dominant fragrance. It's definitely more fruity. Yeah, no, I actually really like this. I think I would love to smell this on somebody. If you like mango but you don't want it to be overly fruity or sticky sweet, then you would love this because it has that bright energizing, fresh feeling to it, and this would be a great vacation scent. Now we have Chevaux d'Or. This one is a strawberry fragrance. Get very excited about strawberry scents. I love strawberry as a note in fragrances. It tends to smell like my childhood, those dolls that we used to play with as a kid. And this does have a slightly vintage feel to me. It's a very crisp, citrusy, floral style. Definitely not my taste, but the notes are strawberry, bergamot, rose, spices, caramel, and vanilla. I do feel kind of a sparkling feel to this as well. I get a lot of rose. I think that's the floral note that I was picking up on. And I'm not typically a fan of rose in fragrances. It's just a very bright, sparkling, floral scent. I'm not really picking up on much caramel or vanilla. I am mainly getting the rose and the bergamot. It does have a very classy, sophisticated aura to it. This would be a great office scent or even a signature scent if you don't like super sweet or heavy fragrances. It's a little citric, a little floral. It is quite pretty, honestly. This reminds me of a sophisticated, classy woman who dresses very well. It just smells chic. Next up we have Nuit Moi. So this has Sicilian bergamot, peppercorn, cardamom, rose, jasmine, patchouli, and white musk. There is a lot going on here in this fragrance, and I remember not loving this one. Yeah, this is quite earthy and spicy. I definitely get the peppercorn. It's almost overpowering the cardamom because I love cardamom scents. It's very peppery. It's got a dark, ambery, kind of earthy quality to it. Really picking up on the patchouli and the white musk. It's mainly patchouli, white musk, some rose, and pepper. So if you love classic style fragrances with a lot of patchouli, then you really need to try this because it does smell very elegant and elevated, like a woman of her time. She's very established and she smells expensive. This smells expensive, and this is maybe somebody that wore Chanel. She loves those like rose patchouli style scents. This is definitely her. As it dries down, I'm getting less of the pepper and more of the patchouli and rose. This really does smell sophisticated, like a Parisian woman. And if you love fragrances like Eau Capitale from Diptyque or even Chanel Coco Mademoiselle, anything in that range with patchouli and rose together, then I think you would really like this one. We are down to the last two. We have Cherry Garden here, and you might be wondering if this is a cherry forward fragrance. So we have bergamot, bitter almond, star anise, rose, jasmine, and heliotrope. Where's the cherry? This is definitely giving more like cherry blossom. So if you love cherry blossom scents, I think this would be right up your alley. The fresh, rosy scent. Definitely picking up on the heliotrope. And you know, I'm getting the bitter almond as well. It's giving it a bit of a nuttiness, a little bit creamy. This is actually a really pretty one. I'm not huge on cherry blossom scents, not that this is. It's a little bit sweet, a little spicy with the star anise. This is actually a very pretty scent. If you like almond, but you also want a little bit of floral notes going on and a little bit of spice, this is a really pretty one. I think I'd possibly wear this myself as well. I love almond in fragrances. And the last fragrance here from the signature discovery set is Love is in the Air, and this is one of my other favorites from the collection. I've been wearing this quite a lot, testing it out. I could easily see this being in my collection. I love this fragrance. There's just something like very pretty and comforting about it. It has plum, which is the main note I'm picking up on here. But it's not overly sweet. It also has that sparkling feeling to it, which I've noticed is a theme amongst a lot of these fragrances from House of Sillage. So Love is in the Air has plum, blackcurrant, orange, rose, jasmine, cedar, patchouli, white musk. Definitely picking up on the rose and the plum together. And I get a little bit of the jasmine and the blackcurrant. This is more of a fruity fragrance style that I enjoy to wear because I really like plum. It tends to be a little bit darker and a deeper style scent, same with blackcurrant. And I am picking up on the rose, but it's a very fresh, sweeter rose that I really enjoy. And this is just a pretty fragrance. This is a pretty girl scent, and this could easily be a signature scent for sure. I don't really think of any other scents when I smell this. It's definitely a unique standalone fragrance that cannot be compared to anything else. And I just think it's beautiful. It's also very classy and chic if you are kind of into that style of dressing, like European chic, kind of like old money but in a modern style. I think that this fragrance would really fit you, and I've been loving this one. This also might need to be added to my collection. So those were my thoughts on the signature discovery set from the women's line from House of Sillage. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you have any favorites from House of Sillage that you have tried? I am looking to discover more. I really want to try the Minnie and Mickey ones. I just think those bottles are adorable, and the bottles are just stunning to have on display. Thank you so much for watching my video on the House of Sillage today. I hope that you ended up finding one that you might love. Definitely check out their website because they have sample sets for all of their collections, which is super convenient. I'll leave a link down below for you to check out. So thank you for watching today, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.